Hi everyone, and welcome back to You Already Know, the Come Take a Seat challenge. So today we're going to be recreating another makeup look by Slate by Gabby. She used this inspo pic, and I'm going to the beach today, so the girl took the picture at the beach, so it's only right. First things first, we're going to start off with our skin prep, and I am just using this facial serum that I use typically. And we're just going to be sure to apply that all over our skin because we want our skin being nice and ready for this makeup. I'm also just going to go over my skin with a toner pad just to ensure that there's no dead skin cells, no leftover makeup. So that way I can start off with a flawless base so nothing is stopping me today. So we're going to start off, and she says go crazy with your bronzer or contour stick, and she's placing it up here. She's placing it by her eyes and also around her nose and her cheekbones. And like I said, she is going very heavy with this, so we're gonna do it just as she is. And I love this one because it comes with like a little brush to use on top of that. So I'm just going to blend this out. As you can see, it's kind of really close to my skin color, which is ideally what I wanted. So next up, we're doing concealer. I'm going to be using my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in the shade of Pale. Let's see. So she is placing this on her forehead, right at these corners of her eyes, as well as the outside. And then she also does her chin. And it looks like right here underneath where we just put that contour slash bronzer. And we're just going to blend this out first with a brush, and then I'm going to go over this with my beauty blender. Just, you guys know that I don't like the little brush marks and the looks that it gives, so yeah. Now I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just kind of take away some of that excess product, so that way it's not just, you know, doing nothing, just sitting on my skin, waiting to get creased up, because we're preventing our creases, girlies. So next up, we're doing blush, and I really have to be careful because this is a blush heavy look, but also that I don't want it to be too dark for like my liking. So I'm going to go more heavy with my baby pink blush than my my other blush, which is going to be this really deep red blush, because to me it just stands out a bit too much. It's a bit too much for me, but that is okay. We're going to make it work. And just like that, and then we're gonna go ahead and blend this out. All right, and she uses a little bit of setting powder. I'm not going to, just because, like I said, I'm going to the beach. I don't want to have way too much on, so. But that's an option. If you want to use it, you can put setting powder. She puts it under her eyes, right in that cheekbone area, like lower cheekbone, jawline. That's what it's called, not lower cheekbone. And then her chin. And she's going to do her lips. I personally am not going to do my lips, but I am going to do my brows. So I'm just going to apply just a smidge of this brow spiking glue, and then we're just going to comb them out to whatever desired style or however you want them. As always, I try to keep mine very natural. So I just comb the gel in the way that my hairs naturally grow, just as such. And she also has lashes on, which I'm not going to put on, but I am going to use my CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume, just because I feel like no matter what I do, this mascara stays on. Like, it will take me so long just to get this mascara off that I feel like I can trust her while I'm at the beach. And now she says to use a lot of setting spray because this is a dewy look. So I'm going to be using two. I'm going to be using my Miss A matte setting spray, and then I'm also going to finish that off with my L'Oreal 3-second setting mist. All right. right, so she said use a lot, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Also, girls, don't be like me. One time, I learned the hard way. I was in a rush, and I had just applied my mascara, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and spray my face. No. Make sure your mascara is dry before you're spraying your face, okay? Now we're going to go in with the L'Oreal 3-second setting mist. And like I said, I have heard great things about her. Yesterday, she did her job. So we're going to trust her today for the beach. Woo. Honestly, I feel like she's just hairspray in a can, but if it works, it works, okay? If I like it, then you love it. And this is the final look. So this is a very natural beat. And honestly, there's a lot more blush than what I'm typically used to, but I actually like it. Like, it looks good, okay? So I'm gonna trust it. Be sure to check in tomorrow to see what we create. Bye.